Right, let's go to Turn the Page Tuesday. So it's those teams, and this is an interesting one that we'll start with. Teams that just need to flip that page a little bit when we get to this Tuesday. And it's the Browns, right? The Cleveland Browns team has been all kinds of beat up, battling some weird injuries, finding ways to win these close games. They did it again this week, but barely. And they were going up against a Ravens team that was without Lamar Jackson. For Cleveland, what pages they need to turn there? What's the temperature right now with the Cleveland Browns?
Well, I mean, if you're Baker Mayfield, sometimes you just need to just keep things in-house. You don't have to tell the media every single thing, every single thought that you're thinking. You know, sometimes it's good just to be quiet and go. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know what Baker Mayfield is talking about, taking the foot off the gas. At the end of the day, I was watching the defense, and defense was flying around. Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, and them boys was flying around, making plays and just, you know, doing what they're doing. So I don't know what Baker's talking about. At the end of the day, I think he was really upset that he got taken out the game and things like that. But Baker needs to just continue to focus on playing good quarterback and stop worrying about everything else. There's just too many distractions with him.
Well, there's going to be more distractions, too, because you're going to have 8 players now who are going to enter onto this COVID list, right, Rod? And 4 of them are going to be offensive starters. I'll run you through a few of these names, and you can tell me what you think. Right now, they're in a position with all their meetings being held virtually, but Jarvis Landry, Wyatt Teller, Austin Hooper, all 3 going to be on that list. How big of a loss is that going to be as they try to go win this AFC North, which is very tight at this point, especially with Lamar Jackson a little beat up?
Well, Jarvis Landry, he's your tough guy in the slot. He makes those tough catches. And not only that, he does an excellent job in the run game, blocking linebackers, blocking strong safeties.
He does.
Wyatt Teller, obviously, he's a lineman. You don't want to miss one of your key linemen. And who's the other guy? Austin Hooper. You know, they like to run those 2 and 3 tight end packages all the time. And they paid this dude like $40-something million. They gave him a $40 million deal. So they expect him to be on the football field. And obviously he's not. He's got soft hands, good route runner. You know what Austin can do. Good player.
He sure is. That AFC North is going to be really interesting. I'll come back next segment. I'm going to ask you who you think winds up winning the AFC North. Let's get to our second one on Turn the Page Tuesday, which is the Jags. The Jags and Urban Meyer. I don't know if you saw that handshake at the end of the game with Vrabel, but there were some dead eyes from Urban Meyer. He said losing just sucks the soul out of you. Jacksonville, Urban Meyer, what's your take?
I just think it was such a classless thing. Mike Vrabel is a good dude. He's a really good dude. I've known Mike for a long time, played with him, won 2 championships with him. And for him to treat him like that, like you go there and you show a level of class because you are the leader of that team and everyone's looking at you and you still have to treat people the right way despite going through adversity. I was very disappointed in Urban Meyer. We had this conversation a few weeks ago. What should they do? And you asked me, I said, well, they're probably going to keep him to work with Trevor Lawrence to get better. But Mike Vrabel did not. This is inexcusable right here from Urban Meyer. The arrogance. That was so arrogant. You don't even look at a head coach, a grown man in his eye, a guy that you're supposed to respect. Man, Urban Meyer is trash. I would get rid of him. I would get rid of him because you know what? I don't want a guy like that representing my organization. If I'm a billionaire and I own a team, you think I want that to be my head coach? You think I want that to represent the organization that I own? Absolutely not. Pay him his money, whatever it is, and get him out of there. The players don't respect him, and he understands he can't bring that arrogance. You're dealing with guys that are multi-millionaires. You can't come up in there and just think that you're going to be respected. You got to earn that respect. These guys are multi-millionaires just like you, coach. They don't have to be college kids kissing your ass. They don't have to kiss your butt. These guys are pros, so you have to treat them such. You can't do the same things that you did in college. You have to come here and earn your stripes, and Urban Meyer has not done that. And welcome to the NFL.
I can't say that I disagree with one word you just said. And he gets into it with Marvin Jones Jr., who we both know he's one of the nicest guys that you'll be around in the NFL. A true family man, a leader, a guy who's done it in multiple different places, had success everywhere he's been. A leader of that entire receiver room, gets into it with him to where they basically have to separate, calls a bunch of his assistant coaches losers. And here's the craziest thing, that I would say the vast majority, right, James Robinson, the vast majority of people agree with you that they got to move on from Urban Meyer. I'm not sure Shad Khan does. And Shad Khan's ultimately going to be the guy who's making this decision. And it continues to feel like he is going to try this for another year. I think there will be changes on that staff. I think he will change drastically who his assistant coaches are. But I don't think they want to write him some mega check with all the guaranteed money for a half year's work. I just don't see him doing it. I think you're going to see a second season with Urban Meyer coaching Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's going to be pretty crazy to see because it's only going to get louder down there in Jacksonville. So
I'm glad I'm not
I don't know, man. yeah. I am too. For more reasons than just the football team. Let's get to number 3. The Cowboys offense. They've been struggling a little bit. Defense so much better. What's going on with the Cowboys offense, though, do you think?
It's just the chemistry with the wide receivers. All these wide receivers, they're not playing all the time. They're not practicing. So you could tell the continuity, the chemistry, the trust is off. And I still think that Dak is having some problems with that leg, whether it's the calf, whether it's the previous injury. He doesn't look right. He's compensating, and he's not 100%. And he wants, the more we talk about how poorly he's playing and how badly he looks, well, he wants to throw the ball even more. And then Kellen Moore, as an offensive coordinator, he has to do a better job in situational, times, not passing the ball, run the football. I don't know what it is with these offensive coordinators. I think these guys are so hungry to become head coaches, to put up these spectacular numbers. They just want to pass. Run the football.
Yeah, I'm with you on the healthy point. I'm not sure Dak has been healthy ever since that calf injury. He just kind of looks like he's limping out there to me. Looks like he's trying to tough his way through it, but there's not a lot of pop in his lower body. So let's hear from Jerry Jones, Cowboys owner. Here's what he had to say about Dak Prescott, his quarterback, potential health, and all that applies.
Do you think Dak is in a slump right now?
Oh, I don't want to say that slump. But that's probably fair. But it's such a multi-faceted evaluation. But I would say that our offense is definitely away from where we were playing 5 and 6 games ago.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we got to get Jerry Jones a podcast. We got to get him off 105.3 The Fan there. But let's get into some Dak Prescott numbers, right? So this is how he's looking. First 8 games to the last 4 games. This is what it looks like, right? He comes back, and even when he first started playing, Rod, everyone's going, maybe we give him an extra month to get healthy. This is a pretty brutal injury that he's working his way back from. But from very first game against the Bucs, he was awesome. Ever since that calf injury, though, been a different story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a different story, and that's why we talked earlier about the importance of the defense stepping up and carrying them, Micah Parsons and those guys, Randy Gregory making plays, and the fact that they now have both their defensive ends back healthy. That allows Micah Parsons even more freedom, whether he's coming off the edge, outside of Gregory, whether he's coming in the middle or dropping in coverage. It provides them with, even more. So I don't know, man, what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys, if they're going to get back to running the football or what's going to happen with the offensive line. It's just been crazy. But I know one thing, Dak needs to they need to evaluate Dak and either let him rest for a week or two, or he needs to play well. He needs to play better.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.